everybody, Stell from Stellwork Studio. I'm not going to do anything about pottery today. Today is a stupid hair trick day. I apologize if I don't look like I'm looking at you. It's because I'm trying to see what I'm doing, and the camera's not in my eye line or sight line. So this is how I'm going to look, and I need to stop clicking my tongue. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what's on the menu for today? We're going to do Milkmaid Braids, and I have a couple of tricks that make it easy to do. For those of you who are hair stupid like me. I always tell people when they're like, oh my gosh, I can never do stuff with my hair like you can. I always tell them, you know, I was 40 before I learned how to French braid. And I was about 38, 39 before I figured out how bobby pins work. So, okay, there we go. So, I have parted my hair in the middle, and you don't have to part your hair in the middle. A friend of mine, she parts her hair kind of like, I don't know, diagonally, so that she's got a side part, but her braids aren't super lopsided. Okay, so I've got half of my hair here, and normally when I braid my hair in just 2 braids, I start back here because I don't like having my braids like right up behind my ear. But when you do Milkmaid braids, that's where you want it to start. You want it to start right there behind your ear. So I'm going to divide into 3 here. I try and get it as even as possible because number 1, you don't want lumpy braids, and number 2, you want to be able to braid down as far as you can. Okay, and I always start with the leg closest to my ear here, so start there. Alright, and I'm braiding tight to my scalp. You can see that because when I fold the braids up, it gets a little loose right here. So I'm going to try and make it as tight as I can. And I'll try and do this as quick as possible because my first trick is at the end of the braid here. So one of the things that I deal with hairstyles is the ends of my hair always end up sticking out silly. Doesn't matter what I do to them, they end up poking out of holes and poking out where I don't want them to be. And everyone's like, well, you gotta use hair product for that. But I don't like using hair products because I don't like washing my hair very often. Okay. Oh, you see how I've got one little stumpy one and then these are a bit longer? What I'm gonna do is borrow from this one. So I've got a little bit longer bits there. Okay. That wasn't even one of my normal tricks. Or wasn't even the trick that I intended to show you. Okay, so I'm at the bottom here, and I've got my pokey wispy ends here. So I'm gonna get me a hair elastic, and I just use the little bitty ones. I actually got these from Tractor Supply. They're for horse tails and mane braiding. So I'm gonna do 1, 2 wraps and get it twisted, and then I'm gonna take this end and I'm going to fold it up. Can you see that? Like so. And then I'm going to take my rubber band and I'm going to do another wrap to leave a loop like that. See the loop? And then I'm going to do another twist, and I'm going to fold that end back down and give it another wrap. So this is what it looks like. Granted, it's not very neat, but it helps in the end. So we're going to do that. We've got that with that side, and you can like give it a practice pull. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay. Now we'll do the other side the same way. And don't be surprised if you are easily able to do one side and then the other side is like extra super difficult. This side likes to lump up dumb. Okay. And I'll show you exactly what I mean if it does it this time. Maybe it will be well behaved this time and I won't have to worry about it. That would be sweet. Okay. Front one over the middle first. And then the back one. Alright, are you going to behave? You going to do it? Oh, I did it. Good job, Braid. Okay. So, right behind the ear here. Nice tight braids. I don't know if you're a good braider or not, but if you notice, for part of these, you know, for half of this braiding, instead of like lifting it over, I've got two legs grabbed with one hand with my finger in between, and all I have to do is flip that hand over. This is the only one that because I'm only holding one leg with my right hand, and then I use my left hand to hold the other two, and I just flip it. And I don't know, that helps me make a nice tight braid. I don't know if it helps anybody else. Okay, here we are at the end, and I'll grab my little rubber band, and 1, 2, and fold it up into a loop, 1, and twist, and pull the ends back down, and 1, and 2. Okay, so we've got our 2 little end loops here. Now I can show you how that makes a difference. All right, so depending on how your braids are behaving, like, you know, if you've got, oh, what is that dark back there? That's my ties. That's getting in the way of you being able to see what the heck I'm doing. Oh wait, here. We'll put some lace back there, and then a white sweater. Now you'll be able to see. There. Okay, so if you can just fold it up like that and have it look okay. See, I've got a little bit of a lump going there. That's fine. And you won't need to worry about fancy turning up. But sometimes if it's being a pain, I'll take this braid and instead of just flipping it up, I'll kind of bend it around like so. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's just kind of swooped around? And sometimes it'll lay better that way. But this time I think, you know, this side always likes being bent around like that. For whatever reason. I do not know. Okay, we'll bend that one around. Okay, so I've got it about where I like to have my braid. And then we'll just bend this one up like so. And I'm not gonna crisscross them or anything like that. They're just gonna lay side by side. See? And so I've got my little loopies over here, and I've got it crisscrossed. Okay, now you've got a couple different options for securing. First is the regular old bobby pins. And if that's the case, then you'll end up using a lot of them. And what I do for bobby pins is you take it and there's a hair stuck to it. I hate when that happens. Get off there. Okay. Hold it like this with the bent side pointing toward your scalp, okay? And you'll poke it in and then turn it so that it's parallel to your scalp, and you just slide it along your scalp like so. Okay, so you do that for the front one, and then you do that for the back one, and you just keep doing that along the way down. So front one, and it helps to try and aim them so that they're kind of crisscrossing. Okay, and then once you get to the end here, since this one's on the back, I'm going to tuck it underneath toward the front. So you want that loop completely hidden by the thick braid on top. Then you're going to take your bobby pin, and just like the other ways, or the other sections, you're going to poke it down in, and you're going to try and catch that loop with the pins, like so. And you're going to do it so that both the front and the back one catch that loop and crisscross. And that's what will keep that secure, is that crisscross inside that lower braid loop. So if you give it a little tug, you can tell that it's caught. And of course I've got a little sticky outie. Of course I do. Okay, so that's one way with the bobby pins. The second way is my absolute favorite cheater method, and it's to use twisty pins. These might be called bun pins. I think Conair still makes them. I know I found some at Rite Aid. And then these are the mini ones. So I'll use the bigger ones at the top. So, you know, I just line up my braids side by side, and then I just take this twisty pin, and I can kind of go in at an angle because it's actually a bit longer than the width of the two braids put together, and then you just twist it in so that it's catching both the braid and the hair underneath. And then I'm going to take my little loop, tuck it underneath, and then I take my little mini pin, or my mini twisty pin, and I just do the same thing. I pop that in there, and then I just twist it so that it catches braid, loop, and the hair underneath. And then that is nice and tight, and you can see it doesn't go anywhere. Which is great for me because I am usually working on potter's wheel, spinning fast. If I have my braids that are, you know, just hanging down, sometimes if I lean forward, I can get the end of my braid stuck in my clay, which is not cool. So having them just looped up over my head it's a nice, tight, secure hairstyle that isn't pulling on my scalp like a ponytail or a bun does. Yeah, it's a lot gentler on my head, and scalp doesn't result in headaches like a lot of those styles can. So anyway, there is my stupid hair trick. For those of you like me who are hair stupid but still need to have your hair look decent. And it's one that's, you know, like you said, like you saw, it's fast to do, and I don't even need to really look at what I'm doing a lot of the time. This is something that I can do when I'm camping and not even worry about it. I can just go glance at my reflection in a car window or something and it'll be fine. So anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would appreciate a subscribe, a thumbs up if you like it, hit the bell if you want notifications. I do videos on all kinds of things because my interests are vast and expansive. I'm a very eclectic craftsperson, so all right, I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for stopping by.